Hi folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, one of the most important parts of fishing during the open season, during the open water season, is having access to where you want to fish. And part of the real essence of access is to have something that you can get in that water with. Now that could be just you, and that means wading, or there's all kinds of craft that you can consider. But each of us has a type of craft that would be best for us. You know, we talk about canoes and kayaks, but some people maybe as they get older would have more difficult with the balance issues that come from that. And so for so many years, all the years that I did the TV show Streamside, I fished most of the waters that I've fished in a Coleman crawdad, which is a little tub of a boat, almost like a bathtub. But that was really handy because it did a number of things. It allowed me to fish these smaller waters where you can't get a big boat in, and it allowed me to fish rivers in particular where you needed something that you could cover a lot of water safely. Safety was a big part of it. And those type of boats are so stable that if you don't have great balance, you don't have to worry about keeping yourself from tipping over the same. And it's something I really think that you should consider. There's always going to be the best thing for you. Now, I've always talked about wading. That has always been the best thing for me, but it might not be for other people because there's always inherent dangers that go with wading along slippery, rocky areas. And, we know that falls can be treacherous because they can break bones. And so wading might not be the best answer. But I think it's important that you look at these different type of craft and how they can best get you on the water. I've talked before, and most people have never heard of this, but there's a company in Florida that makes this craft. It looks just like a canoe, but it's called a gaynu with a G. And these are fairly heavy, and they're incredible. I first learned of them with our president down at the TV station in Watertown. Lynn Brown told me that her whole family got one of these and they could go out fishing the waters. They didn't have a big boat to go out in the St. Lawrence, but they were able to get the whole family in one of these canoes, and they didn't get tippy in the water, and how you could sit right on the edge and it wouldn't tip. And all my friends ended up buying one. And they're wonderful if you really want something stable, but something you can use very similar to a canoe. The biggest disadvantage of canoes are they're heavy. And that's one of the biggest advantages of kayaks and canoes. Some of these are so lightweight that it's easy for you to carry them from wherever you park your car to where the water is. These are all issues that you really have to be aware of, and this is a great time to make plans right now in the winter for the upcoming season. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.